Hey everybody, this is Jaime.Phillips with the Johnson Group by EXP, right here in beautiful Richmond Hill, outside the Savannah area. As usual, I start every video by saying this. If you're not in the market to buy or sell a home or learn anything about real estate, this video is definitely not for you. So please keep scrolling. But those of you that are, stay and see if we can learn something together. It is the beginning of a new year, so a lot of us have New Year resolutions. And in a lot of cases, that resolution might be that you want to buy a house this year. And you might be a first-time buyer, or even if you're not, this applies to you. So there are three things that I want you all to keep in mind that you're going to need to do before you even start the whole process of to actually see a home and all that stuff. And it's three things. One is talk to experts. 2, get a pre-approval letter. And 3, budget. Okay, those three things will put you in the right direction when you're in the beginning stages of buying a home. So let me talk about number 1, talking to an expert. Listen, an expert is somebody that is certified in the business, that has training, and then has been doing this for a while, has experience, resources, and all that stuff. An expert doesn't constitute your parents. It does not constitute your brother or sister. It doesn't constitute your neighbors. Heck, it doesn't even constitute your dog or cat, okay? An expert is exactly that, an expert. Even though they all mean well, unless they are in the real estate profession, they're not experts, okay? So you want to talk to the people that actually work doing this, okay? So again, they mean well, but it's not the same thing. All right, and when I say talk to an expert, I almost say this on every video. Ideally, you will talk to a realtor first. In a lot of cases, people don't feel talking to start going the process of talking to realtors because it can be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, and I get that. But you can talk to a lender, all right? Lender is an expert, lawyer is an expert, all right? And with that said, now that you're talking to a lender in this scenario, before you can even start calling realtors and start doing stuff and going to look at houses, you need something that is called a pre-approval letter. Without that, I will say 99.9% of agents will not even give you the time of day to go look at a home because we don't know if you can be qualified for a loan. So it'll be a waste of your time and it'll be a waste of our time. And I'm being completely honest, which is what I try to do with these videos. Okay? So now that you know that, you're gonna go get your pre-approval letter. When they give you that pre-approval letter, they're gonna tell you how much money you have available to buy a home. Okay? Which that leads us to point number 3. Your budget. Okay? So for the purpose of this lesson, let's say your budget is $400,000. Okay? So does that mean that you're gonna go buy a house that is worth $400,000? No, it shouldn't. Okay? It should mean that you're gonna buy something that is less than that. And this is why. When you're talking to your lender, before you make a decision on which house you're looking at and all that stuff, you need to know what your income to debt ratio is. And in some cases, your loan won't be maybe by that much if it's a bad income to debt, but it won't be by that much, it'll probably be a lot lesser amount. But if you go and buy that house that you have, like you pay exactly $400,000 for it, that's a bad idea. And this is why. Because at the beginning, you're gonna be, yeah, I can do it. And I advise people not to do this before it. Some people still go and do it, and there's nothing you can do about it because that's what they want, right? But when they do that, they're not setting themselves for success. Actually, they're setting themselves for failure. Because there is no wiggle room for anything else, no surprises. So at the end of the year, you have to pay taxes on the home. Okay? A lot of people forget that in the emotion of buying a new home. And that's something that should be right there in your mind when you're signing the contracts at closing. Taxes. And sometimes they raise taxes. Actually, quite often they raise the taxes on your property. So you don't have no wiggle room for anything else in your payment when that, and sometimes it can be a significant amount. And that's when you see people that can afford it, and that's when you see homes that And you see that when you go buy a house, you're gonna see homes that they were in the market, that they just bought in 2 years ago and they're already in the market. And likely is because they can't afford taxes, okay? So please just be very aware of that. And now that you know those 3 things, go find an expert, get your pre-approval letter, and listen to the experts. With that said, please subscribe to the channel, follow me, and if you have any questions, always contact me right here. And you all have a great day, and God bless you. Bye.